Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow. And I want everyone to take a small break from ripping on the Velma show. And I want to pull you back in time, all right? To another adaptation by Netflix, known as Cowboy Bebop. Yes, all the things that we loved from our childhood are being adapted by people that absolutely hate us and absolutely hate what we love, and consistently keep turning it into shit. But in the case of Velma, we've had former people who have done voice acting for Scooby-Doo come out and say, hey, this is awful. And in the case of Cowboy Bebop, we have the creator, Shinichiro Watanabe, coming forward and saying he was only able to stomach one scene before turning it off. Now let's read through the article, but before we do, I want to remind everybody, Cowboy Bebop at one point was seen as one of the worst possible adaptations out there, because, you know, Scooby-Doo, man, I like it. It's more like, you know, nostalgia, being a kid, you know, it's just something out there that I still remember pretty fondly, and I would even say as an adult now, I would have kind of loved to have seen that, you know, actually adapted for a more mature audience, even more like teenagers or something. But in the case of Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy Bebop is kind of like the perfect anime in so many ways. It doesn't linger on forever. It's not loaded up with filler. The dub was really well done. And in the case of Cowboy Bebop, I think a lot of people were like, hey, just directly adapt it. Hey, just give us an actual live action version of what happened in the anime, because Cowboy Bebop doesn't have anything in it that is so outrageous it would be impossible to show on a Netflix budget. Like Netflix is about to adapt One Piece, and I'm going, how the hell are you going to do a live action adaptation of One Piece and make it appear in any way close to resembling what happens in the manga? But in the case of Cowboy Bebop, you know, I get it. It takes place in the future and there's spaceships and everything. But look, we've already mastered that. Okay, this is a really grounded series that kind of features, you know, bounty hunters. It shouldn't be that difficult to make a competent live action adaptation, and yet they completely screwed it up. And even the creator is like, this is not Cowboy Bebop. It seems that it wasn't just fans who were unhappy with Netflix's absolute mishandling of the beloved space western series, as original Cowboy Bebop anime creator Shinichiro Watanabe has admitted that he couldn't bring himself to suffer through more than one scene of the streaming service's live-action abomination. Well, one scene, okay? I remind you, one scene threw this guy out. The veteran anime director shared his opinion on the widely panned canceled 3 weeks after its premiere. God damn, I forgot about that, right? Velma's gonna get a season 2, okay? The hate watchers on Velma have made sure that it will get a season 2. But remember, Cowboy Bebop got canceled 3 weeks after the premiere. That's how bad it was. Following brief look at his past portfolio, including such works as Blue Comet SPT, Leisner, Gundam Zero. Oh, wait, I didn't know he did that one. That's pretty cool. And of course, Cowboy Bebop. Watanabe was asked for his thoughts on Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, to which he revealed that he was, to say the least, not a fan. For the new Netflix live-action adaptation, they sent me a video to review and check, recalled Watanabe. It started with a scene in a casino, which made it very tough for me to continue. Dude, this show is tough for everybody to continue. But I get it. Like, you're the creator. And basically, imagine, you're the creator. You created this amazing thing. You created this amazing thing that is beloved by everybody. And then these people show up and they're like, we've improved it for a modern audience. And they bring back this beautiful creation that you spent all of this time and work bringing to the forefront. and they bring it back to you, and it's just got a massive pile of shit. Just diarrhea all over the plate. I stopped there, and so only saw that opening scene, he confessed. It was clearly not Cowboy Bebop, and I realized at that point that if I wasn't involved, it would not be Cowboy Bebop, he added. I felt that maybe I should have done this, although the value of the original anime is somehow far higher right now. Of course it is. Of course it is. People, dude, people saw that Netflix adaptation. They're like, man, I need to remove this from my brain. I need to get this trailer out of my head. I need to go back to classic Faye Valentine, not Skinny Bop over here. Not only did Watanabe share his distaste for Netflix adaptation, but he also opened up about how his general distaste for the Hollywood machine. Back on the Animatrix, I first got to work with people in Hollywood, said the director, reflecting on a short for the animated The Matrix anthology kids story. Working with those kinds of people is always difficult. I can imagine. This is because at the beginning, they promised me that I could do whatever I want, but that's just lip service. Yeah, no, 100% it is. And I'll say that, I do think ultimately the creators for Cowboy Bebop are the reason why it just was so awful. At the end of the day, Hollywood, the producers, the studios, they step in and they will absolutely cripple and destroy if you step out of line with, their messaging. Actually, I had a big altercation with a Hollywood producer on the Animatrix, Watanabe recounted. He would always come with these stupid requests just so he could identify his own contribution, he continued. As the requests were stupid and made no sense, I rejected all of them. Unfortunately, I couldn't win in this situation, so I had to concede on some of these things. I learned from this bitter experience, though, the director affirmed. For subsequent projects, I became smarter at handling people who wanted to interfere, and that I would send back very small corrections or adjustments just before the deadline. That tended to work. That's actually smart. This guy knows what he's doing. Man, Watanabe is a genius on so many levels. In Japan, you sometimes get producers that are similar to American ones, Watanabe said. You also sometimes find good producers in America. The original producer on The Animatrix was a really good guy, he noted. He understood my work and didn't give me stupid requests. However, he had to leave due to family issues, but his successor called Spencer Lamb was awful. So many requests, he frustratingly stated. Change this, change that. It was very frustrating. And if these requests were coming from the Wachowskis, I would at least respect that as they came up with The Matrix. So who was the new producer compared to that? He explained that he was the gatekeeper to the Wachowskis, and unless he would be convinced, he wouldn't bring my work to them. In handling this situation, Watanabe said that when I went to Los Angeles for the recording sessions, I told the team that if I saw that producer, I would just punch him in the face. The producer ended up not coming to the recordings, which is unheard of. Wow. Dude, this guy's awesome. Of course, Watanabe is far from the first Japanese creator to express massive disappointment at the West handling of their creations. Okay, all right. Dragon Ball Evolution. Yes, we remember. Dragon Ball Evolution. Okay, wait. Dragon Ball Evolution, though, unlike Cowboy Bebop, actually had a serious use for Dragon Ball fans because Dragon Ball Evolution was so god-awful. It inspired Akira Toriyama to come out and continue the series so that he could do it better and wipe out Dragon Ball Evolution from everyone's minds. It's actually Dragon Ball Evolution has more value to a fandom than Velma ever will, and certainly than the fucking Cowboy Bebop Netflix adaptation ever will.